Melissa Bavent has overcome the plot to kill her. Her age-old enemy, Camila of Rome, still seeks to remove her head. Yet he's going to have to try harder. Many of the conspirators that sought to see Missy fall from her place of power still reside in her court. One must keep their friends close and their enemies closer. Plus, there are more wars to be fought, and they are still fearsome kindred. To the front lines they will go, as Missy continues to expand her sphere of influence over the Mediterranean Sea. Her eyes set on Sardinia. Another war is right around the corner, but not before she holds court in Rome. Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, Princes of Darkness, where it looks like there might be a little bit of internal strife here between our grandchilder, Countess Daima, and Baroness or Countess Katerina here. They're fighting over some territory. That's fine. Yet again, it is survival of the fittest in Melissa's court. She's not going to play favorites unless maybe, it's her childer. She'll look out for them a little bit more. But yes, we do have a few things going on. We are first of all, continuing our journey to awaken Camila, to try and see if we can track down where Camila is hiding after that duel that Missy had with him in the last. We also need to hertify New Mortal, which we'll do after we've completed this hunt here. But first, yes, we shall hold court. So let's go and see exactly what is happening in the court. The end is nigh, apparently. The signs are clear and everywhere. The people of the county of Teramo know it all too well. Disorder, bandits, thieves, violence, and the disappearance of justice among men. We've heard this all before. But will Missy be repenting? No, I say no. Let's burn the heretic. And now we have a baroness here. Eleanor has been nursing a temper while waiting for an audience. My lady, I cannot abide your tolerance of infidels like Dante in the realm. Even amidst the nobility, power made his demands. Oh my gosh. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for so long. An opportunity to change our faith. Via Fiores was a faith that I was considering. The sect's members have a reputation among being the outlaws of the Canaanites, condemned by most princes as thieves and troublemakers, existing on the fringes of vampire society. Now, obviously Missy doesn't exist on the fringes, yet as a Catiff, she does. Ooh, okay. Well, it's a lot cheaper than us making our own religion, and the thing is we can make our own belief system from this one. Gets us away. Close family members may convert with you, vassals may convert as well. So, it's time. And I'm so glad that this has worked out because Dante, we were kind of just waiting. Dante has shown us the way. By sin, I now see the truth. Conversion. Yes, with my decision to convert to Via Fiores, I arranged for a sinner to come to my court and conduct the rites. With the fate of my immortal soul in question, I can only pray that I've made the right decision. Metaphysica aside, my most immediate concern is temporal. With most of my vassals following a different faith, will I be able to keep my realm united against internal rebellion and foreign opportunists alike? Yes, indeed. Enrique, we could gain a chance to have a friendship. Enrique, you are a mortal? You're a mortal with some decent learning skill. Let's just say for now, glory to sin. Yes, okay, and on to our final thing here. Teramo out of control. They're hanging us. They're hounding us. We could keep order, my lady. Please, we can organize ourselves without all of the death. A peasant woman from the county of Teramo, an area plagued by unrest, held by my friend, Duchess Viorica, assures me that control can be restored without undue bloodshed. A curious idea, let's try it. You're right, what we need is excessive bloodshed. I mean, I feel like perhaps that will help. They've been struggling, or at least Viorica has been struggling. We're sadistic, we have a lot of stress right now, so this is an opportunity for Missy to let loose a little. And just like that, our business is done. Now I have no idea how many converted along with us. Let's have a look at our faith here and see what some of the virtues are. Well, first of all, we've got fire and fury. We have an at-peace opinion instead of a offensive war opinion. Rulers have a conquest casus belli against neighboring rulers. It costs rulers of this faith 20% less piety to declare holy wars. Fun, but other people don't like us because of this. Sacred lies. Adherents gain piety for completing intrigue schemes. Adherents are also more willing to become agents in schemes of other characters, so that's both a positive and a negative for us. Sanctioned false conversions. So characters in counties may reconvert back to this faith if led astray. So we've got a little bit of resistance there, I suppose. Now, I do think we are going to have a little bit of a hard time spreading this faith around here, but we're going to give it a shot. As far as virtues, I mean, it's pretty much all the sins, or at least a fair few of them. Gluttony, wrath, deceit. We've got zealousness there is a virtue, and callousness is up there as well. Being a drunkard, I guess excess is what it's all about. Sins are compassion, being cynical, being honest, and also being calm, which I think Missy might be calm, quite possibly. Our main doctrines here, conviction and instinct. So this is what makes callousness and zealotry virtues. I see. Lose no piety from seriously wounding or killing a mortal victim. Lose no piety for frenzying. So we are really well and truly allowing the beast to guide us here. This is going to really take the chains off of Missy. We have equal succession here as well. Righteousness. Adherents of other faiths will have an opinion penalty of 100%, and we can revoke titles from evil infidels without incurring tyranny. We have lay clergy as well. Secular rulers directly control their own temple holdings and get all the benefits that are associated with them. And conspiracy of rebels. Other kindred faiths that have the conspiracy of rebels doctrine are considered righteous instead of hostile. So we kind of get along with the other rebellious faiths. We can have concubines. We can split. Consanguinity. Well, okay, I guess that does mean that for kindred, they can be involved with each other if they're a part of the same line. We can legitimize bastards as well. Pretty much everything is accepted here. And then down in our supernatural tolerances, infernalism is shunned, and we do have a little bit of infernalism going on at the moment. Hungry dead is also shunned, which is the equation, yeah. And having a look at the rest here, glamour, okay, so the Fae are accepted within our court, and we do have one member of the Fae. Witch hunting is criminal, so there we go. Diablerie is accepted. We do still have a strict masquerade though, so while all these things are acceptable, we take the masquerade seriously. Blood sorcery is accepted. Mass ghouling is also accepted, which that can be a risk to the masquerade. So I think whoever takes on this faith needs to rule with a very, very firm hand. Wormtate. Other Garu faiths have the Garu Nation doctrine. Interesting. So this is to do with Garu werewolves. Interesting. And of course, we can eventually make our own sinner faith. And it still costs a lot, even with some of the benefits that we've been getting so far. As far as holy sites go, Rome is one of the holy sites. Carthage and Sparta, Constantinople and Magdeburg. So they're kind of all around here. It would be a little difficult to control all of them, but then maybe not. Constantinople is currently being controlled by the Duchy of Thrace and Macarius, a 9th generation kindred. Okay, so we've just changed faith. We now have an opening here. Well, would you look at that? Dante is ready to step into the position, leading our faith. And oh boy, does he have a lot of work ahead of him. We're going to be converting faith, starting off here in Rome at the moment. Let's get you on that. Thank you. I think we're also going to work off a little bit of stress here, just because we're still quite high. Marcellus, let's see, we'll try and get you to assist us in our exercise. We can also pet our dog, Holdfast. There we go, losing some stress there. Fantastic. Thank you, friend. And now, I think it's probably worth having a look at some of our childer here to see if any of them actually changed faith. Okay, Barad did. Pecs hasn't. I'm not surprised there in the slightest. Let's have a look at the rest of the council here. I think we could probably go around and try and convince folks to join. So we're going to go through the council first of all. We will talk to Pecs as well. Demand a conversion, might accept. And so obviously this is going to be the whole family here as well. Maybe we start off with Pecs because we still are getting along. Right, we can't demand him because he's got a good contract. Well, I guess we are going to have to go through Dario. Dario isn't that fond of us right now, which is unfortunate. We have a long and storied history with Dario as well, one of our very first alliances. She might ask for something in return. If she does, I think I would be happy about it. We can see that some of the others may continue to practice via Humanitatis. And of course, these are her childer. They're not actually Pex's. Still, I think we'll start off with that, and then we're just going to kind of try and work our way through here one by one. I think we could also go for the spouses where possible. Yet again, asking for something in return, I would be okay as long as it is reasonable. Going on towards our sheriff here, are you our best option at the moment? I think you are, because it's kind of between you and Marcellus, but Marcellus is becoming more of a friend to us. You have 45 prowess, which is fantastic. He has 49. It's a tough choice. It is a tough choice. You aren't considered a powerful vassal, so I think we are going to make the switch here, as I think we'd be more likely to get him on board when it comes to the switch. Okay, so having a look at you. Oh, you're already of our faith. Well, I suppose that's why. Duchess Viorica, you are not. So let's try and work that out. Okay. No forceful conversion. Well, let us hope that they just choose to over time. Regardless, I do think we are going to have a hard time getting all of this done. My faith is too strong to be swayed. So be it. An unworthy challenge, I see. Navarre, let's have a look at you. You are of our faith. You have 17 prowess. Not bad. We're practicing, and it would seem that Navarre here is a little unskilled and may end up hurting us. Disarming her suddenly became a matter of life and death. We could use more people like you. We are sadistic. Strike her down where she stands. I mean, 17 prowess is good, but our pride is oh so much more. And now, let's see, I would gladly join you in your exaltation, but the sheer cost of refurbishing refuges and proselytizing among my peasants. If you are willing to help pay for these efforts, I'm more than willing to pray for your sin. Okay, that's expensive. That's really quite expensive. I don't think we're going to go down that route just yet. I will not pay for your eternal salvation. No, we will try to convince you in other ways. And actually, here's the thing. I don't think Missy is going to try to force anyone specifically to follow this way, this road, so to speak. She would hope that they naturally make it there. Hold fast, feet and paw. It's become a habit to walk hold fast daily. And I'm not sure which of us enjoys the fresh air and sun the most. Well, not the sun. I suppose in this case it's the moon. We shall walk on, walking our dog for 10 years, giving us a medium health boost. I'll take it. And primary heir is of the wrong dynasty. We're getting that warning yet again. Not to fear. This is fine. Oh yes, but we do have another war, or another few wars we could be fighting right now. Dreaming of dead people though, this we have to deal with first. Your sleep has been tormented by an unhealthy amount of nightmares recently, to the point where you're feeling suspicious about outside interference. After some investigation, you are confident that you have been cursed by a necromancer using their wraithly pawns to weaken you. Knowing the source at least helps you look for a way to stop these shenanigans before they impact you too much. Depending on the necromancer's powers, however, it may not be as easy as it sounds. Duke Petrius. I see. Of Pisa? Yes, of course. Giovanni. You're 5th generation, and you are a necromancer. So, what are we going to do to try and deal with this? Time to hit the books? I mean, we could get some peaceful nights. Who needs sleep? I have work to do. Sleep deprived will give us more stress and make it more difficult for us to lose stress. Generally, we don't sleep. We go into a form of torpor during the day, but it just means that it's not as restful for us. I think we try. It's better than, well, I guess it could be an extra year of being sleep deprived. Let's see how we go. Peaceful nights. I will take that. Now, I was looking at declaring war. Oh no, Pecs. I call upon you to honor our outstanding agreement and formally join me as an ally. Okay. An alliance has been formed with Duke Pecs, and he forced himself onto the council, forcing out Viorica. Pecs, what have you done? Look, if you really wanted to be on the council, you could have been the sheriff. We've given this man too much power. Viorica is a powerful vassal, and not having her on the council is a mistake. 24 intrigue has kept us alive. Pecs is putting Melissa directly in danger now, especially with all the new enemies she will have made. This needs to be rectified. Yet how do we do this? How do we get you out of this position when we can't remove you from it? We could perhaps try to get a hook on you. That is a possibility. Well, we know our stewardship is better than his intrigue. We could start with trying to mesmerize him. A 92% chance of success here. We'll see if we can get that off. I don't know if we can get another going at the moment, but I wouldn't mind trying to see if we could entrance Dario here. But unfortunately, that will end the scheme that we have ongoing with Pecs. Pecs, what have you done? That was the last thing that we needed right now. What I was going to do before all of that was look at starting a war. We do actually have a claim down here against Countess Zerlani. If we were to declare this war here, we have a lot of other options now. We can just straight up conquer, gaining conquest of the nearby titles. We could just go for the whole duchy here, seizing all territory within her realm as part of the Duchy of Corsica. Now, is she controlling those two territories there specifically? It looks like yes, she is. She doesn't have that many troops to her name. She does have a lot of allies, but so do we. Nearly 10,000 at this stage. And Missy has been busy. We have been upping her military. We have 6 units of these bowmen now, and we also have maniacs on our side. We don't have that many just yet, but we will have more. We may want to wait until we've finished the war, but no. We need to start making some moves, and we need to make those now. So we'll be declaring this war, and let's just go for the whole county. Why not? We shall enforce our demands. We're going to be using some of our prestige here to declare the war. And you know what? Let's see if we can maybe try and bring our troops up over in this location if possible. It will save us the voyage. So we will move the rally point to here for now. And let's start to raise up those troops. And it's going to take a while for them to build up in 2 different groups here. Let's make sure that Melissa is leading the first troop here. So we're going to have to swap people around a little bit, it looks like. There we go. And let's start marching. I think we'll try and meet up here before we cross on over, combine the armies briefly, and let's hit them here. We're going to station the besiegers, and then we're going to move after those troops, leaving those besiegers behind. Oh wow, we need to leave quite a few besiegers, huh? It does seem like we'd still be able to win this fight. And what do you have there? There's something, there is something in this army that I can't quite identify. We are going to lose 200 troops if we do go though, so perhaps let us just remain here for now. We will block them from reaching us where possible. And the first siege is done. And that's actually all that we need to do to win this war. But let's just have a look at you quickly. You are only 6th generation, so we're not going to gain anything from trying to capture you. So I think we just call it there. We will enforce our demands, and I believe that should, theoretically, give us everything. Oh, it does seem like we will not get the duchy exactly, but that's fine. We will get the territory all the same. We've enforced our demands, and there we have it. So be it. It is ours, just like that. We'll disband these troops, and that's looking pretty good to me. We are slowly but surely getting there. Now, I don't think we're going to hold on to these properties here. In actual fact, let's see how you are doing. Okay, you're kind of maxed out at the moment, so we don't want to give you any more titles at this stage. So, who is worthy? Well, we've actually got way more conversions than I originally thought, so that's good. We do have our ghoul here, Alexandru, and Anna. You know what, Anna, let's give you a little bit of territory here. We'll grant you that title. There you go, enjoy. And it looks like you could quite easily handle another title, so perhaps we'll give that to you as well. Maybe that's a little bit too much power, but you seem to be getting along with us just fine. Now, unfortunately, we can't go to war against Manele. It's a little too early for that, so we're not going to be able to work anymore on Sardinia there, but we have Genoa up here that we could very well go to war with. Now, Roberto holds the duchy here. I think we could very well go to war with him for Genoa, and the war would just be for a county. And looking at the numbers he's dealing with right now, he's not doing so well. So this should be a quick war for us, especially if we can land right in his capital. Let's see. We could just go straight up towards it if we were to move our troops back. Let's change our rally point back to Rome and start raising up those troops. All right, and Missy is going to march them all the way over there. Now, we might have to look at taking some territory here first before we move towards the capital, but I think we should be able to be pretty quick here with it. And oh, okay, they are moving over there. That's all right. We can manage that. And it does look like we are going to be able to get there without losing a lot of troops. We are, of course, going to be dealing with a little bit of supply issue, but I think we'll be able to manage still. All right, the siege here is well underway. So let's see how many we can get away with here. Only leaving 382 troops behind. We're going to be able to send the rest back over here. So let's set sail. I doubt we're actually going to be able to get here in time, but we are certainly going to try. As long as we can get close, I think we can spook them. It looks like they're going to get this one. That's okay. We'll let you have that one. It has been recently besieged, so I don't think we're actually going to lose all that much there. And I don't think they can decide exactly where they want to go just yet. It looks like we're going to be fighting in the mountains. This should be a pretty quick victory for us. Melissa slicing through the numbers here. We've caught Genoa, and now it is time to dominate Pecs. Now, obviously, Melissa isn't going to feel good about needing to resort to this. How do we want to try and go about this? We have a 75% chance if we push ourselves. We can push even further yet. We're going to go for a blood surge here, and let's say, help me with the numbers. That gets our stewardship up to 20. If we rouse the blood now, that gives us an 80% chance of success, and we get it. We get it, but we also get some critical stress along the way there. That's good. Okay, so we have a chance. We have a chance here. We've got to dominate Hook on Pecs. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to swap him out of that position, even with a Hook. Although, we can swap the positions around. That's better than nothing. That is far better than nothing. Okay, right. He just wants a council position, so this does actually still work out for us. So, Marcellus here, unfortunately, we would have to fire. And reassign Eureka as our sheriff. Briefly. Let's see if this will work. Marcellus, I'm sorry. No hard feelings. I truly do hope. Now, if we swap with Eureka, we should have things back, well, close to back where we want them. 13 Marshal isn't great. The things that we do for this man, eh? I don't know. Now, there are a few things that we can do with him as a puppet. We can ask him to give us gold, embarrass himself, tell me a secret. Now that could be interesting. Also, condition? What is condition? Tell me a secret could be useful. Select you, tell me a secret. Kill my enemy is also fun. Oh, condition. Break the will of your victim over time, turning them into a puppet that can be dominated with great ease and frequency. Use this option 5 times within 10 years and turn Pecs into a broken servant. Is that something that we would really want to do? I mean, there's a 33% chance he resists our command 5 times within 10 years. Tell me a secret. I mean, it's the same deal here as well. I don't want to know about someone's lover. Embarrass yourself. I mean, the gold is okay. I mean, 43 gold. Sure, let's do that for now. And it was a successful command. Now, thinking about that potential power that we could have, let's have a look at other kindred that we have around us. Like, for example, pack member Verpers, who was a part of the kingdom of Thessalonica. So, if we could have him as a servant, that could be useful. I'd say that could very well be useful. So, let's see. Command puppet. You are actually already a puppet. So, condition. Command puppet. Let's select you. We have a 66% chance here again. I think we're going to start this here. Command successful. Okay, so we just need to remember to do that. I think we might have to mesmerize him again to be able to get that off. It does look like it would be a pretty good chance for us to succeed at it, so I think we're going to go with it for now. I'm also thinking we might want to start looking at getting intrigue up as an option, because then we can start doing some interesting things. Twice schemed is fun because that can give us 2 hostile schemes. Just in general, I think that might be good for us to look at getting into. I guess this isn't considered a hostile scheme, not exactly. Also, while we have won the war here, it doesn't seem like the battle itself is over. So we're going to go over here to try and see if we can besiege down this territory. We're not going to be able to catch them, I think. Oh no, we are. Oh, fantastic. Well, this might be enough. Not quite. So we'll get rid of this territory here. We will move over here. I don't know if we're going to be able to take that as well. And oh, look at this. Hold Fast is helping us win the favor of some of our vassals. That's nice. Oh boy. Waking the Sleeper. I've learned as much as I could about the whereabouts of Camila, Pontifex Maximus of the Damned Body, currently in a state of torpor. I know his general location, but I'll have to comb the province more thoroughly if I want to find his actual hiding place. The county of Oriana. Let's get started right away. So, the Brood of Bavent is going to be going on a little bit of a journey all the way down here, across the Alborian Sea. Okay, so make haste. We've got experienced captains. There is a little bit of a chance of danger, but it's pretty small, really. I think we just go with this. Let's start traveling. We're going to be setting off here. Pecs is going to be traveling along with us. Let us try to find his lair. It's finally time to set out on this journey. Once we find Camila, he will be at our complete mercy. Yet still aware of his surroundings, a terrifying thing to contemplate. I wonder what he would do if our positions reversed. Pecs is at the front of our group. He moves with utter confidence, ready to meet any danger and laugh in its face. Fantastic. It is good to have you along for the ride here, brother. And so we are off. Now, I don't think we're not leading this army anymore, so let's get someone else leading it for now, as we have 2 sieges ongoing at the moment. Let's see. Marcellus, he is still, we've got him in our good books currently, and I think the siege will help even more so. Excellent, that's what we're after, 100%. Let's go enforce our demands here, so be it. We'll disband, and look at that. Things are certainly looking good. Now, Pisa, we have not forgotten about you. Oh no. But we do need to divvy out this territory here first. So, let's see, who do we want that to go to? I suppose Velislava. We could look at giving you some of that territory. You are a seneschal, you have been with us for a while, you have been troubling sometimes, but I think that you could help run things here a little bit for us. You are also of our faith, that's great, although you can only confidently hold onto 1 territory currently, so looks like we'll have to split things up here further, which means more vassals. That's not always good. Alexandru, I suppose we could reward you. You've been a ghoul of ours for a long time. Yes, let us grant you some territory, although in saying that, it's very improper for us to do this. It would cost us quite a bit, so perhaps let's not give it to a ghoul then, or at least a castle holding. I think baronies we can. Baronies, that's totally fine, but yeah. Violante, we don't really know you all that well. Just looking through our group here. Bukefos, you know what? It might be improper, but I do think you still deserve a reward here. Yes, we will take that prestige hit, so be it. Oh, and we can usurp the Duchy of Corsica. We're not going to do that right now, I think. We may look at demanding a payment here. I suppose we could wait, or we could just take what you've got, and then you don't have much gold to work with. That's okay too. We can declare many more wars around here, and honestly, I think Pisa might be next. Do we want to wait until we're back from this war, though, before we try and make any large movements? Because the Holy War for the Duchy will give us nearly all of Pisa. That is a holy war, though. That's not conquering. Maybe conquering would be better. The Duchy of Tuscany would give us a fair amount of the land that is there. Countess Giovanna here would become a vassal of ours, which is, maybe not too bad. They do have some serious forces, though, so perhaps we want to just, wait until we can give our full attention to it, as, we have arrived, and, oh boy, Things are busy here. We've found where our target lies, but we've also found a whole army of mercenaries protecting the place, apparently paid by a complex scheme run by some of the vampire's servants. You have your own army, not too far, obviously, but the mercenaries are entrenched and expecting trouble. The choice is yours. If you go ahead, you will need to win quickly before they move the torpid vampire elsewhere. You could also call off the operation if you don't want to risk it. Charge. So this is a martial challenge. Can we improve anything? I don't think we can, because we already have our blood surge going, huh? Well, for one, let's see. Is fortitude active right now? It is, or rather, our toughness is active. We can't blood surge, we can't. Not for another 3 years. Okay, so be it, so be it. The thralls, okay. Charging, well, we could lose the trail, we could have it be messy and lose 500 prestige, or we could get a critical success and win. Let's try and see what comes of it. The choice. Okay, no, I think that was a critical success. We didn't lose any prestige there at all. Any obstacle in the way to your torpid target has been removed. Now you have to steel yourself for the confrontation with your prey. As recently awakened vampires aren't the friendliest of people. What is your goal with the sleeping monster awaiting you? I want to awaken and recruit them, another soul to eat. Well, Camila is a 5th generation kindred, so we're not going to gain any generations by consuming him, but my gosh, defeating our ancient enemy in this way, that would be fantastic. I say ancient, it's been a few decades, but Camila himself has lived for many, many centuries. Another soul to eat. Missy, let's see how we go. And we have another martial perk. Okay, we'll look at that, and then, well, I suppose we could also have a look at this, couldn't we? Make sure everything's paused. A scheme at court. Garcienda is scheming against Brucienda. Well, that's fine. We'll not accuse her. That's all right. But we will have a look at our martial perks here. Living off the land, I'm tempted to go for that. Is there anything else that we'd want down along Gallant here? Peacemaker is always useful. But right now, I think we are going to pick up living off the land, because that extra travel safety I think could be quite useful, and also just having more supply in general is very good for our armies. Okay, everyone's still crossing their fingers. We're waiting for time to pass. We're waiting to see what the result is. The Warden. There is only one obstacle remaining in the way of your prey. A tough-looking warrior protecting the sleeping vampire. They might be a ghoul, but they seem very well trained, and you suspect others lay in ambush close by. The space is too close to launch an assault with an army, and you can't go back now, or they will move the body of their master, so it's a fight where you are clearly at a disadvantage, but you can feel the pulsating blood of your prey close by calling to you. I will kill and then consume your master. We have a 34% chance of total victory, a 34% chance of succeeding but getting wounded, and a 31% chance fire arrows. Well, I don't think that his prowess is coming into this at all, considering he is incapable, and we don't know how powerful this ghoul is. Missy can't make herself any more powerful. We just have to go for it. Okay, damage soaked. Your mastery of fortitude has protected you from being injured, so that means that we succeeded, but getting injured in the process. At least it seems like that's the case. The prize. Finally, your sleeping target is defenseless before you. You are almost shivering from anticipation, which is obviously not possible in your state. Time seems to sit still as you show your fangs, ready to consume the soul you fought for. Your beast is delighted, and you will leave this place stronger than you came, but perhaps less humane. A bloody victory. We're going to get a fair amount of melancholy resonance, animal resonance, and our victim will die from blood loss. It's going to cost us, interesting, it's going to cost us some piety here, even though we are, well, even though diablerie is chill. I mean, we're going to be sated at the very least, and there is a chance that we could gain some extra abilities here. So, let's go for it. We get a melancholy perk out of that, and Melissa is feeling good. Oh, so very good. Let's just see, did we pick up anything extra there? I don't think we did, but yeah, oh boy. What a face. Well, they're going to be making their way back here. we are going to be having a look at that melancholy perk, Fortify the Inner Facade. So that gives us hostile scheme resistance. Instead of hardening the vampire's physical frame, this power allows the user to protect their thoughts and emotions from supernatural prying. So is this something that's just going to work? I think it does, just in general. Good stuff, Melissa. It's time for you to head back home. We have yet another war to prepare for. Excellent, and we've got some enthusiastic conversions in Rome. Good to hear. And it looks like we are finally back home, getting experience as a traveler. Traveling is wondrous, but homecoming is ever sweeter. Yes, indeed. And that is that done. Oh, we've lost our antiquarian. I guess we're going to need another. Let's have a look at our core positions here and see if we can't find someone to fill those shoes. Right, okay. You would be average at the job. Average is better than nothing, so let's go for that. We shall appoint you. And it looks like the kingdom of Sardinia can be created down here. That's good. That gets us closer to the Sea of Shadows, of which we will need 58 de jure counties. Right now we have 41. We are that much closer. We're probably going to have to try and get some territory up here as well. But I think we're going to focus on Sardinia next, as soon as this truce is done. Okay, well, now that we're back here, I think that we can have a serious look at starting this war here with Pisa. Before we do, however, though, I think we want to make sure that we are hunting in our capital, trying to find some other folks. Now, we've been going for warriors primarily, but we could be going for merchants or clergy or scoundrels. The reason warriors are kind of the easiest for us right now is because it's just prestige for us to hunt them. I think we're probably just going to stick with that for now, I think. And let's just check in on our military. Everything is as it should be. And a fallen rival here? Okay, hello. Hi, you're a gargoyle. Good to see you. 33. Maybe we could try and convince you to join our court. We do like gargoyles here. A conflict between Steiermark and the Eastern Lords interests me little until my council summary of a battle has appeared. Somehow I know, even before I open it, that it contains good news. Someone's been killed. You are a rival of ours. See, I barely know you. Missy has that many rivals now that we just don't know. Viola will not be a rival, but no, let's send you something because yes, you helped us out. You helped us deal with a rival. We can't invite you to court because, you're just not gonna join us. We could try some other means. 33 prowess is pretty nice, so, wait, if we were to, we can straight up summon you? We can give it a try. You'll be summoned by our presence. Takes 3 months. We'd stop dominating Verpus. Are we currently dominating Verpus? Is that what we're doing? Oh, yes. And that's nearly done. Okay, so let's let that play out first, and then we'll see what we can do here. Lines about legacy. Well, I see. A poem. Well, that's nice. Thank you. It seems like it's going to be well received, and that it is. Okay, here we go. What are our chances with Verpus? I think we are going to exert our will, even if it does make us a little bit, troubled. Fantastic. And we'll deal with Verpus in just a moment. We've got more stress now, which is unfortunate. Now let's see here. Summon. We're going to give it a shot. We'll be ravenous or potentially ravenous if we fail at this. So let's start that one there. And then heading on over towards Verpus, we are going to command puppet. And let's see. We'll select you and we will condition you. Okay. 1 out of 5 times. Let's try it. The command failed, but we tried it though. Does that count? Maybe. Who knows? I think as soon as we're done with this other one, we will try to mesmerize yet again. But at least it doesn't change opinion or anything else like that as far as we can see. Okay, right, wars. We can declare many of them right now. We don't have a huge amount of gold, but what I was going to say earlier is that we have actually got all of our men back up to where they should be, at least with our men at arms. So let's see then. If we were to declare this war a war to conquer, we could get most of that territory in one fell swoop. And if we're fast, we can make it in there before his allies show up. We're going to declare that war right now. We're going to start raising that army on up, and as soon as it is ready, Melissa, we are going to get a marching. That's 5,000 that we have at our command, just like that. So where do we want to start this attack from? We could kind of come from the north if possible. Ideally, that's kind of the direction that we go, in towards these baronies here. And it looks like they're already marching over the hills with a rather small army. It is starting to build up a little bit, so perhaps we'll be able to meet them. It looks like we can take a little bit of a shortcut through his lands here. He is already suffering from a lack of supplies. I think we're going to be able to just tear him apart. Yeah, let's see. He's on the move, but I think we're going to be able to catch him. We're moving over a river here, but I believe that Missy has fodder. Yes, no negatives there. So let's watch the battle unfold from a safe distance here. He's got skeletons, walkers, necromancers, man. Messy stuff. Yet the battle has been won, and we've captured Gunther, a champion who has 0 prowess right now. Okay, so we actually do have a few prisoners, I believe, and it looks like we might just be able to sneak through here towards the capital, which is fantastic. As that's happening, Missy has a few prisoners with her. Let's see what we want to do about that. An execution, a exsanguination maybe? Look at that, it's fine. It's okay. We can exsanguinate prisoners now because of our new belief. Well, how about that? There is a chance that we expose the masquerade a little bit here, but we're just gonna go for that. Yes, and looking at you, you're also a mortal. So, an execution, exsanguination, and this way we can actually see what their resonance is like. Negligible. Okay. Their faith is considered to be hostile or evil, so yet again, we will go for it. And just like that, we're losing stress. Fantastic, Melissa. Now, we might be able to get lucky here with this fort. If it doesn't have too high of a level, we might be able to leave just a few besiegers behind. It looks like that's the case, so I would love to chase you over here. Oh, and we have a rage frenzy. Okay, this is fine. All vampires have a beast inside of them. We have seen this before, so what are we going to do? Our beast has been provoked. Those guards over there seem like a good fight. Our stress is high, so this might be why this has popped off for us. I've been wanting to fight that person for years. I'll smash whatever object is closest to me. I'll show my wrath to the meek mortals. How about a fight? And that actually does reduce our stress. And while on the hunt, we have some mortals that we can look at. So I'm going to go through and see who I think might be a good bet for us. Okay, let's see here. Claudio, who is unfortunately a little spindly, is wrathful, greedy, forgiving. I think we're going to try and give you a shot. We will hunt and drink your blood. Yes, we shall. Okay, now let's see. What are we going to get from you here? Fleeting choleric resonance. So we could just drink everything here. Take it all, completely satisfying my hunger. Again, there is a chance of masquerade exposure, but we have ways of controlling that. And this is just a great way for us to continue to get more martial experience, or rather choleric experience. We'll continue hunting, and we will eat. Oh, yes, we will. Oh, repercussions. Wait, we fought Shajar? Oh dear. Our childer. Okay. You look at your vassal, Duchess Shajar, laying on the floor in pain. You recall what happened. Duchess Shajar had been treating you with disdain lately, and it was starting to affect your professional relationship. We went to her private rooms to confront her, and she dared to charge you with defamation. The outrageous claim made you frenzy, and the result lies before you. If what happened leaves this room, the result will be disastrous. Not only will your vassal resent you, but your entire realm will ridicule your lack of control, and yet you and Duchess Shajar are alone here. It's still possible to ensure that what happens in this room stays in this room. Now, we do think very kindly of our child, or rather we have in the past, and we're going to continue that. No, we are not going to murder her. If she promises not to tell anyone, I will promise her a favor. I feel like that's a good idea. We are wrathful though. We are wrathful, and my gosh, I don't think we can take any more opinion loss right now. This is also going to give us issue. Okay. Oh no, we're gonna get stressed no matter what, just in general. Promise. Okay, there we go. That is something. Now, where did that army go? Okay, they're moving down here. We are going to move in on them. Missy, going to work, just absolutely demolishing them. And we have a scheme at court. Someone's trying to kill Basarab. Well, we must stop them. And let's have a look at you. You are a 6th generation kindred. Hey, look at that. And you've got 12 prowess. That's not terrible. You've been around for 144 years at the moment. You're a deviant. You do know necromancy, which is potentially useful. I suppose we could keep you imprisoned for now. But then again, our stress is rather high. And it sure would be, good to do something about that. And we've actually got a few different prisoners here, it would seem. I'm just going to have a look at their prowess overall. You're not bad. 14 prowess is okay. And I mean, we don't want to go around consuming every single kindred we see. Surely not. I mean, diablerie. We do lose a fair bit of stress. We do spend some piety here, though. So that's maybe not so much an option. Just straight up burning them, though, that is. We can also do some ransoming as well. And I think getting our coffers up is going to be a good idea. So we will ransom where we can. And you're a salubri. Salubri traditionally do have a very enticing blood. We could herdify this prisoner. We don't know how potent their blood is, but you know what? Let's see. Another sheep joins our herd. And melancholy resonance, fleeting. I see. But yes, salubri do in general have quite enticing blood, even for kindred, or especially for kindred. I think we are also going to blood bond you, and then, well, okay. That's more piety. I don't know if we want to spend that much piety right yet. We could just try to recruit you at this stage, negotiating your release. We could demand a conversion and employ you as an executioner. Well, maybe we just go for the conversion. We'll negotiate your release. We'll let you go. But you are still a member of our herd, though. I'll be intrigued to see how that kind of plays out. We do need to continue our sieging here, though, which we are going to do. We might actually have enough once we take out Pisa here. We will see. Oh, yeah, okay, she's still considered a member of our court. Excellent, you are a member of our herd, and you're of our faith now. Brilliant. And we are going to be able to wrap this war up here. We shall enforce our demands and see how that turns out for us. Disbanding our armies, that's certainly looking pretty good to me. Now, we did get a new vassal here. Oh, we just released you, right? Yeah, we did. Okay. Well, yeah, you're not too fond of us because we did imprison you briefly there. Perhaps we should have blood bonded you before we released you. You live, you learn. 24 development. That is rather impressive. I mean, we've got 32 down here, and Rome is 36, so while it's very good, I mean, we could actually hold on to some of this territory. We can hold on to 4 in total, and we were down before, so maybe we just get rid of Siena and Lucca for now. Although in saying that, we can have a special building here, the University of Siena. It's very expensive for us to get that going though, however, so perhaps that won't be so easy. But regardless, we do need to have a look at divvying these territories out here, so we'll see who we want to try and give them to. I mean, we have Lavina here, a member of our herd. My gosh, I just decided to go by some of all skills here, and you are incredibly impressive. You're over 1,000. You are 7th generation. Gosh dang. Yeah, I feel like we definitely want to try and keep you around with all of those abilities. You also have true faith? Seriously? How very intriguing. Very, very interesting. Okay. So, we'll grant you some titles. We'll grant you this position here. How much territory can you hold? You can hold a fair amount there. You really despise us. So, maybe not the smartest idea, but what are you going to do? We'll definitely give the territory away to someone else. Again, maybe looking at some of all skills here, and just seeing who isn't a vassal and who we desperately do want to try and keep around here, as we do have some very powerful kindred kicking about here, with just some fantastic stats in general. Let's go place you there in Lucca. I mean, yeah, 19 diplomacy, 22 intrigue. I know our council has been fixed for a long time, but it might be time for us to just kind of, look around and just remind ourselves of who else is out here. I don't think anyone's going to beat Viorica, especially because she's also our friend, so we're definitely going to try and keep her on board. Pecs, however, we can't kick off the council, and Dario is fantastic. 23, that is very difficult to beat. Dante is leading in terms of learning. Yep. Okay, so things will be staying the same. Oh, okay, looks like we can demand some payments here. Of course, the weak hook that we have on Lavina here. Let's pay that off. It should come back over time as well, as far as I am aware. Oh, and would you look at that. Manele, I'm so sorry. Our truce is done. Now, conquer the duchy will give us everything. We'll gain the contested titles, and are we going to get any other vassals out of this? It doesn't look like that. This must all be Manele's territory, so we are going to declare war, and we are going to be rallying our troops here. Raise those armies, and Melissa, let us march. Oh, let's see. You do have a favor on us. You've been a good vassal, but surely you understand that I have subjects of my own. We could give you some lenience here. Religiously protected. I see. Well, fine. That's right. Believe what you will, child. Manele hasn't actually raised any troops yet at all. Like, none. You have 800, but yeah. Oh boy. I think this is going to be over rather fast. And we are on the hunt once again. So, let us see. I think we might go for the first one here, Alessio. The patient, not so great, but brave and arbitrary? Maybe. Let's hunt and drink his blood and see how that is. Intense melancholy resonance. So I'd very much like him to be a part of our herd in general. So having a look at Melissa, we're going to manipulate our herd and see who is the kind of weakest link here. Honestly, it's Lavinia, so we could release her from our herd. Chance of masquerade exposure, it's fine. We'll go and release you here. Now, unfortunately, this isn't going to change, so if we are going to herdify you, well, we're going to have to do that in another way. But we could take a lot from you, wounding you. Could you take it? Couldn't you handle that? We'll see. We'll find out one way or the other. Oh, and the summoning seems like it has been successful, and we do have some troops arriving there. Okay, so we're going to start to see if we can herdify you. We've nearly finished this, so let's finish that first. The mystical energy is touching the mind of Viola. She is resisting the summoning. Okay, so let's see. If we rouse the blood, it will get higher. It's a diplomacy challenge, so we could do a blood surge here. Do we need to search for anything else anytime soon? Well, we can't, actually, so we're just going to have to go with it. For an extra 4%, we'd potentially get more stressed. I think we're just going to roll the dice here, see how that goes. Excellent. Welcome to my home, said the spider to the fly. Dinner time. Well, we're not going to consume you. We just want you here so that we could try and maybe convince you to join us. So yes, we've got you here. You have arrived as a courtier of ours. Let's go and start that herdify scheme there. And yeah, I guess the thing is, you're at our court now, so you are just serving us now. Well, that is rather useful, isn't it? Now heading on over into our military tab here, where you should just be able to, make sure that you're going to be a champion of ours. How very useful. And okay, let's go and set those besiegers there, as Missy is going to march for the main army down here. We've nearly got that fort under our control. Okay, Marcellus is, well, hunting, it seems. That's fine, he can do that. We're all right with that. Oh, and they've dodged us. And it looks like, oh dear, we just lost someone in our herd. Well, okay then, we're gonna have to try and get someone else yet again. But Manele, he's not a bad fighter. Closer than I would have liked. And unfortunately, oh dear, an enemy of ours has been injured. How unfortunate. But it looks like we do actually have this under control. I mean, it was a little bit tighter than I would have liked. We've got that siege under control, which is great. We'll try and move on to another territory now. And let's have a look at this Baroness. You are 5th generation. Not bad. 17 prowess, also very good. Unfortunately, us killing kindred, not super easy. Oh, and Critias, hello there. If anyone's read the Chicago by Night setting for Vampire Masquerade, it is always interesting seeing these characters that still exist in those modern nights. Yeah, you've been around for a long time. I really would like to have you a part of our court, but that's not going to be easy to do, I think. We do have one of your childer here, though, so perhaps we will eventually be able to work something out here. Regardless, though, for now, we are just going to continue chasing this army to see if we can put this war to an end. Okay, we've met them by the sea. They were trying to escape. Oh, and a strategic impasse. We can work on both strategies. We're good enough to figure that out. We know how this works. And close but no cigar. 81%. One more siege should do this for us. We've got a Setite here. 18 prowess, not bad. I wouldn't mind having you as a champion, really. Let's see if we can negotiate a release, but maybe we want to blood bond you first. It would, again, cost us more piety than I'm willing to spend just now, so let's try and negotiate. Let's see. Demand conversion? Oh, you're a landed ruler. Okay, well that can't happen, can it? No. We could try to ransom you though, for 50 gold. I'd say that's probably worth it. Let's move over to assist with the siege here. An ambitious, paranoid, patient person. Lavinia as well. Okay, let's hunt Lavinia and see how this goes. Fleeting, phlegmatic? Well then, I think you know what we're gonna have to do. Yes, Lavinia, sorry, goodbye. We'll continue our hunt. And there we go. The war is won. Let us enforce our demands. Menele is no more. All of those territories are ours. Sardinia is fully under the control of Melissa Bavent. Romagna is strong. The baronies of Bavent grows, and the great Catiff kindred continues to spread her reach, consuming the great Duke Camila, who for so long ruled over Rome. She certainly has entrenched her position in the Knights. And now with this new faith, this monstrous Catiff will continue to grow in power, taking what in her mind is rightfully hers. The right of blood, the right to consume, the right to devour. Let's see where it takes her. And well, for now, I'd like to thank you all for joining me for yet another episode here with Princes of Darkness. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.